guys, it's I.B.B. dropping in here on the Power Plant map, and I'm probably, I don't know, I just played a game. The last game was on the moon map, and I might just stick this in the same video for everybody. Just load it up as one long video. And that was a win. The last game, so we'll see how this one goes. Get some sneak peek in there. He might be in the MK2 as well. Yeah, I think he just dashed. Alright, so let's get some shots in there. So the MK2 seems to be tall enough to be able to get at least one of these weapons up over that cover. And I know in some of the other bots, like a Griffin, wouldn't be able to do that. So there, I have noticed that there is a definite change in the playing style when you do not have beacons, and I like it, but there does seem to be something missing, and I'm not quite sure what that is. A lot of players tend to just sort of, they're not as aggressive. I know that. They just sort of sit back there taking their shots at people. And I don't like the draw. I've played a few games that have already ended in a draw. And that's just not cool, man. It's not cool, man. Not cool at all. Yeah. It's like when you watch an NFL game and you spend 3.5 hours of your life watching it, and then it goes into overtime and you're like, yes, more football. And then 15 minutes after that starts, you don't have a winner, you get a tie, and you just want to write a strongly worded letter to the NFL commissioner, don't you? At least I do. I do all the time. Like, hey, Mr. Commissioner, tie games suck, dude. That's my whole letter. That's strongly worded, in my opinion. All right, this guy here has a prototype bot. And I may have to just sort of dash back there and try and take him out. How close are his teammates here? Yeah, I can get in there. I can get in there. Hello, Missa. Sup? Sup? Oh, don't try to dash away from me. There we go. Alright, he was just being too stinkery right there. So let's go ahead. I got just under 25,000 health left. Let's see if this guy will come out. Oh, no, you don't. You can go corner shoot someone else, miss it. Alright, what I do find that it is harder to get a bead on players with the speed of these bots. You know, that dash when you hit that. Oh, get back, get back. When you hit the dash, it's hard to keep your fire directly on the enemy player. Alright, dash away, dash away. Dash away all. Now, you see what I did there, which wasn't very nice, is I think that guy was coming around the corner. He was aiming at me, but then I dashed behind a teammate, and the targeting picked up on my teammate. So if you haven't figured that little hiccup in the game out, you should probably work on that. Because that has saved my butt several times. More times than I can count, really. Alright, so I find if somebody is shooting at you with these new weapons, like what I have, if you just duck behind cover so that they're not doing any more damage, they tend to peel off of you at that point, and then start shooting at somebody else, and once they divert their attention, it looks like that's a Fury Thunder. Which is awesome. Good job, dude. Once their focus switches to someone else, then you can come out, kind of dash to the side or something, and start putting some fire on them again. So let me get back here. Corner shoot this guy. You can corner shoot a little bit in this bot with the weapon placement. It's not as easy as it is in the medium version, but it can be done. Alright, let's see what else we can get ourselves into. Alright, so this is a good fight. Now you can see already in these engagements that it does take a bit of skill to be able to do this. So you're not just out here to get damage, to defend, because sometimes when you have to defend a beacon, it changes how you have to attack that player, especially if you're, get back. Especially if you're down on beacons and you know that you have to keep that beacon. Oh, get back. And there we go. See, now the fire switched and I'm now behind my teammate. And so I'm able to get some shots in on this guy without any return fire. And now this weapon here, there is zero skill involved in it. I know it was even worse when it was automatic fire. And I know that they disabled that, so now you have to manually fire it. But there's no aiming involved in it. And that, even with plasma, when you're dealing with Terrans or Magnums or something like that, you have to sort of, yes, the targeting will lock onto the player, but you also have to manually target that guy as well. You have to aim a little bit. But with this one here, as long as you're locked onto somebody, it just sort of hits them, and there's zero room for error on this. And I just don't like that. I think that just sort of takes away from the skill of the game. And I know that there are players out there who are just big into the skill, like Lloyd Lamar, or rails against something. I haven't even watched his videos here recently. I wonder what he's saying about this weapon. If he's even doing the test server, I don't know. I've not even checked out his channel here. If somebody has, leave a comment down below. Let me know what he thinks. Alright, it's hard to really put together some coherent thoughts here as I'm playing this game. That's why when I'm doing live commentary, I generally don't discuss things like that in too much depth. I tend to just keep it light and airy and fluffy. And that, there it is. You saw me just evade those aphids. Those aphids, I think, are going to be a thing of the past if these bots hit the live server. I wonder what these are going to cost. All I know is I'm not buying any bots, workshop points, or gold right now. I'm not doing anything with gold or workshop points, because when these things come out, I want them. I do know that. I want the slight one and I want the medium for sure. Alright, so you can see how long it took for those guys to get a beat on me and take me out in just 2 of those bots. Alright, and I wanted to stick the Griffin with the traditional Orkin aphid setup in here just because I wanted to be able to see what it offers against these new bots and new weapons. Like this guy right here is in one of the prototypes. Alright, so these guys are pushing, but I'm going to push back. I am not going to sit back behind a hill. I'm going to push back. Alright, so now he's all by himself and he's in the dash spot, so the aphids are useless. Put some fire on him right here. There we go. Nice push. Nice push. Alright, 33 seconds left in this game. This is probably going to be a draw. And like I said earlier, I believe I said it earlier, they're going to have to do something about the draw system. You have to come up with some way to determine a winner in this. And it would be easy enough to do. It could be by number of bots that each team takes out. It could be the number of bots each team has left. It could be damage, how much each team does damage-wise. It could be a myriad of different things. It doesn't have to be a draw system. There's no reason for that. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. I'm probably going to do a video with a bunch of clips in there and give you my final thoughts on everything instead of just this live commentary. And that way we can kind of condense my thoughts. Give me a moment to think about it, and I will put that video up as well. So until then, we'll check you later.